All right, we're live. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to another RSG lunch stream. I'm Ranger J 1999, your host and part of the RSG crew. Glad to have you guys here for another lunch stream. If you wonder what the lunch stream is, that's where we hang out with you good folks for the next hour. It's only going to be for an hour. There's going to be some changes to the structure to the lunch stream and some things that we're doing. So I got a lot of announcements to do today. We're going to do a roster review, and then we're going to try to get to many of your as many of your questions as possible. So let's get into that. So from now on, the lunch streams are going to be about an hour. They've been going for damn near 2 hours. It's just crazy. We want to get to your questions, but it's getting crazy. So we were talking about that as the crew. So one of the things that we're going to do is we're going to try to get to as many questions as we can. But if we don't have any questions, we have the Discord set up, and there's lots of times people come in there to give Q&A questions, and then for the big questions, we've got the Jedi Academy, which is a straight Q&A show. So if you do have a question, go ahead and put it in there. Make sure you put question in front of your statement. We will get to the ones in order that they pop in. And super chat questions, if you have a question you pop in the super chat, are going to get priority over everything else. So that's kind of how we're going to structure it from now on. It's been very unstructured. It's just all the questions in there. We try to get through all of the questions, and it just was chaos, and we're trying to limit the chaos and get a little bit more structure and get a little bit more time sync with the video, with the streams, so we can do more stream. The whole purpose of what we're going to be doing is to do more stream and have more time to do videos. Yes, I said it, videos. RSG is going to be pumping out a ton of videos for you guys. It's been a lot of requests for videos. So our first one today is going to pop at 3 p.m. Eastern. You guys are not going to want to miss that on the channel. The best way to know about it is if you're subscribed. It's a video you don't want to miss. We are going to be doing a lot of videos, and I'm going to tease you guys a little bit that we are going to start doing lore videos. I've been peppered with people wanting me to do lore videos for a long time. So stay tuned. Something this week is going to pop about lore. I'm not going to tell you who or what's going on, but that is going to be a part of it. But we are going to start doing more videos on gameplay, characters, news, things of that nature, because everyone loves the live streaming, but it's more to discuss live what we're doing, which is cool, but people want videos out there for us so they can see certain things, aspects of the game. So we're going to do that. So today we're doing the lunch stream till 1. If you have a question you want at the top, make sure you super chat it. If not, then I'm just going to go in the order of the questions as I get them. If I don't get to your question, it's okay. You can go to the Discord, pop it in there, and we can get to it there. There's a great community of people besides ourselves that will help you with any of your Star Wars questions that you have about the game and stuff like that. Then immediately after that, from 1 p.m., about 1:15, I may start it sooner, we're going to get into my GA. I wasn't going to do my GA because my mods were messed up from trying to get Malik. I had to move all my mods around to try to beat the event, but had a lot of feedback. People are like, no, do it anyway. We know you're just there to teach. Whether you win or lose doesn't matter. I like to win. I win all the time. But I was like, okay, because the first round was kind of a disaster. I was kind of playing with it. I'm like, oh, God, this is bad. So I did win my first round, but that's okay. We're going to go in there, still talk about the counters, things of that nature. So about 1:15 Eastern, maybe a little sooner, right after the lunch stream, we're going to get into the GA. Then after that, you can expect our first video to drop. And then after that, at 5 p.m. Eastern, we're going to do Battlefront. Now, we're going to do Battlefront a little bit differently. I'm just going to stream that on Twitch. Twitch is designed for gameplay footage. YouTube has been kind of pissing me off. And so it's going to be on Twitch. So if you want to see Battlefront 2 today, it's just Twitch only. So if you don't have an account, it's real simple to create an account. You don't have to pay anything to watch us on Twitch for Battlefront. I'm going to start just do Battlefront on Twitch. Give somebody, the fans over Twitch, something to look at exclusively, and it's just a better platform. We can always upload the video later on YouTube, so you guys can watch it on YouTube. But YouTube for Battlefront just has been really irking me of late, so we decided to make that switch. So Tuesdays and Fridays I'll be doing Twitch. The video will upload on YouTube afterwards, so it's not a big deal. You guys that don't watch it live on YouTube will see it live afterwards. So for those that don't have Twitch, can watch it on YouTube just right after it downloads. It doesn't take long, like a couple hours, and then bam, there it is. So that's how it's going to be. So go ahead and get your questions in. We are going to do our roster review today. Real quick, make sure you give us a thumbs up on the video, subscribe, follow us on Twitch. We are monitoring Twitch right now like we always do, so shout out to everybody on Twitch. Glad to have you there. Where followers are slowly creeping up and climbing daily. If you haven't followed us on Twitch, please do. We are dual streaming simultaneously, so you can see us on YouTube and you can see us on Twitch. But also give a thumbs up on both sides. And then also, if you haven't checked out our Patreon, please do. Love our Patreon supporters. You can see the ones up there that donate, whether it's $5 or more. They're up there scrolling. We like to make sure that they always get recognition. And Shadowvel is having a coughing fit at the moment. You alright, Shadow?
I think that's Grande, not me.
That was me. I'm sorry.
Oh, wow. I thought it was you, Shadow. I didn't even know Grande was here.
I thought I was muted. Apparently I wasn't.
Well,
muted.
we got a sick Grande sighting, so...
Sorry.
Grande is a little bit under the weather, but that's
a little bit. Germany, cricket.
Yeah, Grande is really sick. So be careful, everybody. Make sure you wash your hands before.
Thanks for giving us it to us now, Grande.
Yeah, thanks, Grande.
I thought I was muted, man. I'm sorry.
Yeah, now we're all gonna get sick. Not me. I take my vitamin C and workout. I just don't get sick, and when I do, it lasts for like maybe a day. I get a fever, break it, and then
I'm telling you, the problem is children.
Yes,
that's the problem. The problem is children.
So get your questions in, guys. Top ones get it in order as they come, and then if you want it above the list, make sure you use Super Chat. So there we go. Let's introduce the panel that we got today. Of course, you heard the big deal himself, Grande Pappy Patron is here. And now he's muted and not saying anything. Fantastic.
I'm here.
I just introduced you. You can say hi.
Hi. What's up?
Oh yeah.
It's your Lord Grande Verga Pappy Patron.
No, sicky boy.
I don't know what I'm doing here, but I promise it will be fun and enlightening, and you'll laugh along the way at my terrible antics.
Yeah.
Even though I'm not doing well. Pretty much.
Also joining us and monitoring Twitch for us and hanging out like he always does is Grim the Mechanic.
How's it going?
How's it going with you, Graham? We also have my boy Shadowvel from H-Town representing.
Hey.
And last but not least, we got the Stoner Jedi himself, Xylo Takedown here.
What's up, everybody?
Who did his own Grand Arena this morning. How did it go?
Oh, man, like, it was awesome, bro. I mean, my opponent was still more efficient than me and still pulled out the W, so it's always a good feeling.
Yeah. That's not a good feeling. I don't know why you said that. You lost, Xylo. You're out of the family.
No, I won.
Oh, you won.
He was
okay.
more efficient than me. He was more efficient than me, but I won in both rounds, too.
Well, look at
both
you.
Rounds.
Well, look at you.
Check that out.
Well, looks like Xylo's grown up before our very eyes. Him and my apprentice. Where's the apprentice right now? Is he eating his chicken nuggets?
Mm-hmm. Lunchtime.
Make sure they're dark side nuggets. He needs his vitamins.
Every time I do the little force lightning hand motion now, oh my god, dude, he like cringes up all the time.
He loves it. He loves it. I had such a blast seeing him at Disney and stuff and doing that. He absolutely loved that. I was like, "Hey, comes the force lightning," and he would just start laughing and just having a good old time. So
every time he sees you on the TV now, he lights up like a Christmas tree, bro.
That's so right, crazy. My apprentice. Your training is not complete, but we will dominate the galaxy. All right, so everybody, thank you for being there in chat. I'm seeing everybody, a lot of the same old face that we have and some new ones. So glad to have you guys here. Get your questions in. We're going to start with our roster review. Going to breeze through it. And, yeah. So let's go ahead and pull that up. And then we're going to get your questions. And then we're drop dead time at 1 p.m. Eastern. So let's get going so we can start this. Hey, look, the Yelling Pickle's back. I had noticed, even though we've gotten so many of those damn things, I guess they're just being greedy buttholes and want more of it.
They want us to get more.
Yeah, so that's awful.
We need to talk to the guys.
They should sponsor us. They really should. I mean, honestly. No one has bought more of those stupid pickles than we have. I mean, good lord.
Rose had to buy at least like 10 or 15 of those, right?
I know, right? He's kept them in business himself, so good lord. Chat's going good. Grim's watching. That's good. Cool. Got it. All right. So we're monitoring everything. So don't you worry, guys. We're following. But today we're doing Thrak Virtur profile, and they are in Wookiee Smugglers. So shout out to Wookiee Smugglers. And he says, can I get a review of my G18s and priorities to Gear 12? Any keys Zetas I'm missing are just saved for Darth Revan Take 2. Most important mod plan, days on farming, slicing, set to work on. No Tier 1, only a couple Tier 2 mods left to slice. For reference, I typically use for GA. He put defense, Kira, Karth, First Order, Bounty Hunters, Jedi Knight Revan, and the Sisters. And then he listed his offensive teams. Kind of standard teams that we see. So, just looking at what you wrote, I don't have any problem with the defense that you're setting, bro. So he's a 3.9 million GP roster, doing really great in Arena, still number 1. Doing great in Ships Arena, he is doing 1, so that's fantastic. So let's look at the GA teams. So let's just kind of go through here as he has them listed, the teams that he's doing. Just looking at your roster generally, looks pretty solid. If somebody wants to look at his Zetas, if they're seeing there's any... Well, the first one is, let's look at your Darth Revan. I mean, let's just be real here.
He doesn't have them.
He doesn't have them. So you've got some months before you have to get Darth Revan, but let's just be real about how many Zetas that damn team is going to take. You need 3 for Revan.
7.
Are you including Malik?
8. Yeah, 8.
Oh, 8 with Malik, yeah.
So 8 Zetas. So you might as well start saving. If there's a Zeta we see during your roster that we think maybe you can
Not
do.
all necessary, but he might need some to even get through Malik. Right?
Yeah, I mean he is.
I mean, potentially.
Well, he's got a Zeta on both Mission and Zalbar.
Good.
He's good there.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Old Republic.
He doesn't have to have Karth.
And on Karth.
Yeah, he's got on Karth, so you're
Okay,
solid
so he's
there.
got the
Very
necessities,
solid
yeah.
on there. Yeah, don't worry about Juhani or T3. Don't worry about Candors. It's a nice one, but you don't need it.
Candors, he may need to get to that 75, 50.
He's Gear 11 with him. I don't know what his power is, but if you can get him to Gear 12,
Yeah, you only
he won't
need
need
one
it.
piece to Gear 12, and that
Mm-hmm.
reaches the threshold with good mods, like purple gold mods.
Yeah,
I did it without any pieces on him, and I just put 6-dot mods on Candors. So it is possible.
That's a good point too. Yeah, you could always shuffle some
You can
6-dot
save
arena mods
save
onto
the-
them. Yeah,
save the gear and move the mods. That was my plan.
yeah, save the Zeta. Yeah, definitely.
Save the Zeta, save the
Save-
gear, and just do it the other way.
Yeah, but
Yeah, I mean, Candors is so niche too, right? Like he only goes under like a Karth or a Darth Vader team, right? And I mean, like, that's not worth a Zeta, in my opinion.
yeah,
It's probably the one character that you need to It's like kind of do we really have to gear this guy to get Malik?
Yeah, like he's the plus. Yeah,
He's the
an
plus.
extra plus Zeta.
but I like him on that team with the damage and stuff. I mean, don't get me wrong, his Zeta is nice. It's nice, but it's not one needed. Now, Mission Zalbar, oh yeah. Karth, oh yeah. And when you go for Darth Revan, those Zetas are going to come in such handy. Karth alone will be such a relief for you for the Darth Revan event. It's not even funny. When it comes to Phase 5, because with regenerating that health and protection, I can't tell you how easier it was for me to do it when I had that. So, but this is a team you definitely can use. Mission Zalbar, Candors, Karth. I go Juhani on that team. Yours is not quite there. Oh, we got a follower on Twitch. Darth Teflon007 is now following us on Twitch. Thank you very much for that, sir.
Nice.
Just like we always do, all your donations, all your Twitch stuff, all of that stuff is showing up on the stream. So we want to make sure you get recognized for anything you do. But yeah, I run Juhani on that team. Maybe it's something you can consider. But if they're, let's say that they're not going to run Gianni for GA, what would be another one you would add for the Karth Zalbar Mission Candors team? We talked about this a little bit yesterday, but
Another tank?
sure,
Yeah, you could do like Barris or L3 or
yeah,
you know what I mean, auto taunter in general.
I probably wouldn't. I mean, you got Zalbar there, right? Which is a conditional taunt. I probably wouldn't look at another tank. I'd probably look at either a healer or a cleanser, right?
yeah.
That's
Yeah,
the two
like Barris or Visas.
I'd probably kind of go that route. Probably Barris, maybe.
Visas would be nasty on that team because she heals, she can revive. You know, you got
Yeah, and
Yeah.
the AI plays the health steal pretty smart too.
yeah. So it's an option. Not many people have Visas. Barris is really good because of
Everybody's got her.
yeah, and she's a good piece you can add on there if you don't have Juhani quite ready yet. But you'll need to farm those two up for Darth Revan, so keep farming on those characters. But this is a great team for GA.
Oh. Mitchell Cronin, he says this is his profile that we're or roster that we're reviewing.
Very nice.
He is in YouTube chat.
He says running visas in this team. Very perfect. There you go. That is the perfect one I would run with that team until you get your Jahani up. I like Jahani a little bit more when I got it, so frees up visas for other stuff. And because when you have Jahani and Zalbar, it just makes it a nightmare to try to get to the other guys. And with the Zetas you have, that mission Zalbar plus with Karth, it's a pain in the ass team, so I like that team a lot. The other one you're running is Kira Nest. So let's look at your scoundrels just in general. So Nest is gear 11, does have the Zeta, perfect. L3, good. Gear 12. Kira is 10. Probably want to get her higher because she is super squishy. Vandor's 11 with the Zeta, perfect. Yeah, that team's really.
I want to get Vandor up to 12 because he gets a bayonet.
Yeah,
that makes his heals even better.
Yeah.
Plus it gives his health pool much higher.
So yeah,
Lando's a good one to use on that team. He's got 11. Him at 7-star gear 11. Yeah. Lando hits really hard, and his basic doesn't trigger auto taunts, which is very nice.
Yep. So that's another really solid team. I have no problem with that either. There's another good team for defense if that's what you're running. First Order Embarrass, that's a standard team you've seen TW and GA. Not much more to say about that. Your First Order looks fantastic. Yep, got the Zetas. Instead of running First Order Officer, you're running Embarrass, which is fine. That's another pain in the ass team to deal with on defense. I like that as well, and your team's really set for that, so really good. Bounty Hunters, just says Bounty Hunters. Let's look at your
he's got a dual Zeta Django and a Zeta Aura.
Oh, damn. So let me look at your speed on... Oh, my God. You're... Okay, yeah. If I were you... Oh, my God. His boss is 287 speed. If you run Django Fett as lead with boss and get that extra speed, hell yeah, I'd run that team. Django, boss, Boba Fett. You could go Zam. You could go Aura, or you could go Dengar, actually. I like Dengar Zam in that team to get the payoff for Django easier. With the two Fets, that's a nasty team to put on defense because Boss is going to be...
all of them at gear 11. He could get away with doing two really good bounty hunter teams.
He could. I like to just use one. I put a crappy team on this Grand Arena just because I was like, oh, well, we'll see. But ideally, I love the Django lead with Bosk. It speeds them up with your AoEers with Boba Fett, Dengar, and Zam. That's how you get the payout. That is a nasty team. That's one that Vencel runs, and it is sick nasty. If you want to run traditional, you can run Bosk. I'm totally fine with this. Bosk with Boba Fett, Dengar, Greedo, IG-88, because your bounty hunters are all gear 11. And then you could go Django, or Zam, Cad, and Embo. All your bounty hunters are 7-star, gear 11. That's a pretty damn good combination of stuff there. But if you're in one of these J's where it's less teams in the fleet, and you just really want to be a pain in the ass, then I would definitely run Django and Boss, because they're not going to be able to trooper your team and do a lot of stuff. And I've seen bounty hunters with that team. Oh, God, it's nasty. The other team is Jedi Knight Revan. I don't really have anything to say about that on defense. And then, what's your speed on your Revan? 316, good lord, yep. So they're going to have a hell of a...
It's his arena team, yeah.
Yeah, so but it's a 316 speed Revan, so that's nasty on defense.
What's his offense on GM1?
Let's look at Grandmaster Yoda. Special offense is 6735. He's still got another mod that he needs to take to 60, which will bump him up for 7,000. But that's still pretty good.
Looks good.
Yeah. And then if we go to his last team, the Night Sisters. Oh yeah, they're all 12 except for Initiate, and I don't blame you. Another follower on Twitch. We got Silverbolt was taken.
Nice one.
Fantastic. Thank you, Silverbolt. Our great artist that has done all the great work that you've seen and all of our artwork. That is the great Silverbolt. Please check him out. He's amazing. Yeah, Night Sisters look fantastic. And that team of Asajj, Mother, Zombie, Zombie, Daka, and Spirit, especially since yours is 12, that's a nasty team on defense. When I see that, I run Trey against it because it's like, good Lord, God in heaven, it's a nasty team. Because Spirit is just stunning the crap out of everybody. I'm like, I'm not even dealing with that. I'll just let Trey get rid of all those demons and just kill this thing. So yeah, that's Sisters on defense with Spirit is really, really good. So I like your team comps for defense, really, really solid. And then your offense, you said Trey, CLS, JTR, Troopers, EP, Rex Wampa, plus Chase. I like that. And then he also said congrats on all the work you did for ACS. Well, thank you for that, Mitchell Cronin. We were very proud to represent the American Cancer Society and the records that we set with the money we raised for them. We were very, very pleased with how it all turned out, and it's something we're looking forward to doing again. I had a blast. It was painful. I am going to lose a crap ton of weight so I can actually get the event done next year. Ankle be damned and all. I think if I can lose a ton of weight, as my doctor friend has told me, that it'll put less pressure on my ankle and I could easily complete the marathon. So I'm going to do that. That's my goal. All right, so he also said if we can look at Zetas, you just need to start hoarding Zetas, brother. I mean, looking at your teams, you look solid. I don't see any Zetas that just pop off to me, especially all the teams I just reviewed. You've got so many Zetas done already.
Yeah, I agree.
You know, there's not much here that I'm looking at going, oh, you better put that on. You need to start hoarding.
Yeah, it's going to take at least, 80 Zeta materials?
Well, if you think about
Darth
Revan's
team, if you want to max it, double that.
Yeah, so you've got 3 for Darth Revan. You've got 1 at least for HK-47. I recommend you put both on. The one for Fallen Basilisk is just too good to not get. It's just nasty. That's 6.
I think, real quick too, one that he could do right now if he wanted to utilize it a little more, and he's going to end up using it long term anyways, is Fallen Basilisk, because she's just going to give Empire or I'm sorry, EP or whatever Sith lead you use at the time. Much
really good.
Benefit, so
yeah, it's
and
really good.
And then it'll already be there when you go for the Revan team.
Yeah, it's really good. That may be when you can go ahead and put that on now. Yeah, you can start doing the Zetas on those characters. So then all you have left is Revan and Malik. So you'll need to save 5 for the event when it comes
if you were gonna do the 2 on HK, I wouldn't say no, right? Because I mean, by the time you do those 3 Zetas, Darth Revan should be pretty close, so you'd have them ready to go.
Yeah,
and they'd be good for the event.
Yep, and that Malik event, it's no joke. It's easier for people that'll be doing it now because we've gone through the pain of trying to figure it out, and not just myself, but the community and whole has really gone through and done their homework on that. Big shout out to Van Sil on the light side and how to beat it. There are some other strategies out there. I think Van Sil's is the best one. God bless him. He did that battle over 40 times to figure out the light side, how to beat it. And I ran it for Miss Passier, and I ran it for Remon. They beat it second attempt. I mean, I beat it first shot once I started using that strat. So there is strats out there. And when the event comes back around, we will talk about how you beat it. And we may even put a video out about how to beat the light side, so people have that when it comes back. But it could change and stuff, so we don't want to just put it out there and then they change it, so we'll see. But, yeah. Another follower on Twitch. Let me see who it is. My thing's not working. The real Tenebrous. Hey, Tenebrous. Thank you. Nice. I love how people are saying the real one, not the fake one. All right.
It's even funnier seeing all the buffed names in Twitch, right? Like they're getting the little add-ons to the people that we know.
So yeah, go ahead and get your questions in, and we will get those here soon. So next thing you wanted to look at, Zeta. So we did that mod plan. Let's look at mods. Grande, are you there? Are you salivating? It's mod time. Did we lose Grande? Did he?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just trying to not like cough over everybody.
That's all right. I know you sound awful.
So I've been looking at his mods. First of all, I want to commend this guy. He's done a great job on mods.
Yeah, I'm looking at his mods.
So
Good Lord,
the first thing I looked at on his mods, you know, you filter by speed, right? And you
look at this.
What you got. And right now I'm going to tell you everything in the top is either gold or is 5A, right? So it's either
60 or 5A, yeah.
5A. I'm totally fine with any of this. He's got it spread out in places where I would normally say, yeah, you know, this is kind of how we want to do it, right? You know, there are a couple he could 60 if he wants to. Maybe he doesn't want to for some whatever reason. That's fine. So then my next thing to do is to say, okay, let's do speed, and then now let's like sort by flat offense, right? That's the way where sometimes we can find some gems in here that we haven't seen anymore. And I'm starting to see a couple of gems here, right? A couple of gems, mods that I would look at. I'd look at, like, for example, this diamond on Executioner, maybe the diamond on K2SO. Some of these mods where, you know, maybe the Wampa mod, you know, there's a few things down here, you know, maybe stuff like this mod sitting over here on Dengar. You know, there's a few mods in here whenever I search around where I'm like, maybe, you know, if we wanted to eke out just a little bit, or if you were still wanting to slice some stuff up to a 5A, you might look in this kind of a category for some of those places, right? But I feel like he's done an excellent job on his mods. We've all got places we can work on in mods. He's had some great luck with mods, and he's also done a great job of managing his mods.
Yeah,
I'm not finding anything where I'm like, gorgeous. Where I would really feel like, you know, there's anything that we really could really work on here and see something different, right?
I mean, if you want to keep slicing 6E, go for it, brother. The one on the CLS.
If he wants to do 6Es, if he wants to slice some stuff up to 15As,
you got the right. Yeah.
I feel like, you know, part of the thing is, right, when we get a character like Malik, which most people, except for people on my arena shard, can't get to 7-star day one, right? There is something to be said for keeping a staple of really good mods at 5A. And the reason why is so that way we know this is going to happen. You're going to get a character that goes on your arena team at some point in the future that's not going to be 7-star, which means you can't get them to G12. It's just going to happen. So don't take all your best mods and 6E them, and then now you got to throw something in arena, and when you go throw it in arena, you're kind of like, what do I do now? Right? That sucks.
Yeah, I totally agree. Because, like, I pick a character for that set of mods in particular, and right now it's Django Fett.
Yeah.
Because Django Fett's got a decent benefit from the speed. The mods are going to be great to slice up to 60 at some point, but they're the best mods that I can keep on him because he's not gear 12, but he still benefits so well from that speed set, right?
And so now if you put Malik in arena, you've got to say
give him Django mods, yeah.
Give him Django. I'm not saying they're perfect. I'm not saying it's the best set you've got, but we got to get you something where, you know, it's pretty decent. I'm not saying Malik needs a ton of speed.
Like a high teen set, in the like 15 range.
Yeah, 15, 16, 17, somewhere in there. And just know, hey, you know, this set's not going, you know. So think about it. This is why I'm not telling him don't 6E all this other stuff, right?
Right.
Some of these mods he's got on Django, and he's got on CLS, and he's got kind of just like hanging out all over the place. I like seeing that kind of spread out, not 6E kind of stuff going on.
I like it. All right. I think
one more thing too about the mods. Again, since we're hoarding Zetas for this team, you might want to hoard up some 6E salvage, like from Grand Arena.
Sure.
Let it accumulate for a while, so that way when the time comes, you're ready to just slice up 2 sets if you'd like.
Yeah.
You know, even a full set. You know, just enough for a full set would be good.
Yeah, because you're going to need it for Malik unless you're just going to move mods around. So, but it's going to take you a while to get Malik to 7 stars. Even once you come around the second time, guys, 68,400 guild event tokens. It's real. It's happening. Prepare for it. So, I mean, if you're going for Malik, which you should, and you're going to unlock him, which you should, then you need to recognize to get him to 7 stars, you're going to need that much guild event tokens currency to do it. And so that's something to consider as well as we move forward for the next round of Darth Malik. So there's a lot that's involved with these characters, but if you just stay focused, stay on a plan, you'll be really good. All in all, I gotta say, Thrak, brother, your roster looks fantastic. Not a lot of fluff at all. Very well slimmed, sleek, and ready to go. I love your teams. There's some stuff you can still keep working on farming wise. We already discussed Karth, Juhani, keep farming those. But other than that, I think you're in a great spot. He says, should I spend any days farming new mods? No. You've got so many mods here that you can... I mean, if you want to farm... So I would recommend for you, Mitch, that if you see specific mods maybe out of the guilds, out of the mod store that have 5 dot and are like a speed, like a triangle, those specific rare mods that you need more of, like speed with crit damage speed, you know,
just triangles and crosses too. Like those are the rare ones that you never get from drops, that you never get speed secondaries on when you're farming them.
Right.
So you can kind of pick and choose while hoarding your credits at the same time.
Yep. And just those specific ones, try to roll and see what happens. I can tell you the roll rate sucks. I'm on 22 mods I rolled straight in a row and I've gotten garbage. Not one speed hit. 5 speed, nothing. It's frustrating.
And cap your credits too. Like, you know, create a threshold, like 10, 15 million credits minimum. You know what I mean? And then you can worry about purchasing mods.
Yeah, having a credit kind of what's the word I'm looking for? Gap where you basically, no matter what you spend on, you still have a ton of credits left over. You know, I hoard credits like a madman, and it's worked in my favor since I have 100 million. So when I spend, I've got up to 130, 140 million, but with the new characters and everything I had to level, it's back down to 100. So I'll build it back up, hoard it back up. You know, you want that buffer is the word I'm looking for. So any kind of additional buffer that you can get for your credits, to where you can spend a couple million on a mod and then, you know, hit it, and then it doesn't affect anything you'll need for the future, is what you want to do. But great job on your roster, man. I really dig it. And if you have any more questions, Bud, you know where to hit us up. I think you're in a great spot. Keep doing what you're doing. Not much to add. You look really solid, my friend. I like the teams that you have for defense and offense. That they look really great. I don't have any suggestions for you other than the ones that we did already. But you're already on top of it looks like, so there's not much more to add. And if anybody wants to see a good, lean 3.9 million roster, this is the one you need to look at. This is the way your roster should look at 3.9, because he is going to be a nightmare for people in GA and things of that nature. If you would like a roster review, the way it works is all you need to do is send your GG page to Finity, Finity, in our Discord, Reality Skewed Gamers. Send him your GG link with a little bit of what you want us to look at. Give him about 24 hours to respond. If he doesn't respond in 24 hours, then send him another message. He will let you know that you're in the queue. It's about 3 to 4 weeks before we get to your roster review. He'll get with you before then, ask if there's anything that changes to the roster that you want us to look at, and then he'll let you know what date and time, because a lot of people like to watch, like Mitchell is, on his roster. And then after the roster review, if you have questions, we're always here for you. So if you have questions after the fact, all you need to do is hit us up in Discord, and we're always here. Once we do a roster review, you're locked in with us forever. So anytime anybody's had more questions after our roster review, they know that they can hit us up anytime, and we will be more than Darth Hideous, who's Finity. Stop it. You know who Finity is, Darth Hideous. You stop that right now. But that's how it works. All right. So that being said, let us get into questions. So we have a limited amount of time, so I'm going to go check the questions real quick. I know we had, I'm going to check Twitch first, and then we will get into it. It's top of the hour. I got to switch over and get ready to do Grand Arena, and there's all kinds of stuff. So Krolik2 says, question, after I finish gearing Darth Malik, should I focus on Night Sisters, Imperial Troopers, or First Order? Well, one, I don't know where your level is on those characters, but let's just say all things even. If I had to pick a team, it would be Night Sisters. What do you guys think?
Yeah, same, Night Sisters. I mean, if you're gonna pick a 5 too, I mean,
yeah,
end game Spirit, right? But Talia for the raids.
Yeah.
You know, to be honest, I would go for First Order.
I used to be
I'm thinking about what is coming. You know, episode 9 is gonna be here end of this year, and there's gonna be a bunch of First Order and possibly more Resistance coming
behind a paywall.
Yeah.
No.
Girl's like, oh well.
Well, the only reason why I say that too, I mean, I'm a huge advocate of the First Order too, obviously, and I want to see the First Order matter and be relevant, but it's going to be a little bit of time in between that too. And with the value of Night Sisters in general, like, look at, you know, you don't Zeta a lot of leads, right, in game, you know, if you don't have to, but majority of the top tier players have both Night Sister leads because how flexible they are, and you can use them in 3v3s in 2 different teams. You can use them with a different 5th, like Nest or Barris or Shore Trooper.
That's
I mean,
right,
like, it's such a
Apprentice.
flexible creator team.
Yeah, but that
I
the Night
hear
Sisters are
my
also
apprentice.
a team where you don't really need them to be insanely well geared for them to do well.
True, I agree with that too. Like, you only need like a gear 10 DACA, but like at this point, you want to push your Night Sister to gear 12 just so they're relevant. And I mean, people take troopers in against them all the time, or even lose with an EP lead. And I mean, First Order, it's just kind of something that's just a staple defensive team now.
Yeah.
And I mean, the ships
Troopers
are good
don't
too.
always
but
work, especially against well modded.
I know. Yeah, I mean,
don't
like,
have to
every
have a
time.
Well, the other
Weird
thing
Night
too
Sister
is
team.
First Order doesn't really do
Good
anything.
mods. You
doesn't-
can watch
Yeah.
Mother Talzin completely annihilate your gear 12
My apprentice, you be quiet. Forsook your father. We're busy
as
doing adult stuff.
Urza found out last night.
Yes. The thing about the reason I say Night Sisters also is that you have Phase 4 of the raid. They're fantastic there. They're just fantastic and a lot more places than the First Order is. I love me some First Order, but if I had to pick one of those teams, it's Night Sisters. You get the best of both worlds. Imperial Troopers are amazing on offense. First Order is amazing on defense, but when it comes to overall biggest bang for your buck, I'm definitely going to go Night Sisters. So, all right, let's get to the questions in YouTube. So I'm going to start firing away at these. What else? 73 question. What do you think of the Malik buff that nerfs EP Lee, even though I'm sure you'll be talking about it anyway? You'll have to wait till 3 o'clock p.m. Eastern, and you'll get our opinion on that.
I can tell you right now what CG thinks of it.
I heard some kind of evil laugh. I think. What was that? Was that like Vincent Price or something, Grim? What are you
Hold
doing?
on a second. Let me turn it up here.
Okay. We'll listen. Oh God, get out of here.
That's what CG thinks of it.
But yeah, the video we got coming up at 3 is going to discuss that. So, if you want our opinion, that's where it'll be at. Leonardo Dima Collangan. That's a great last name. I can't pronounce it. Question: should CG refund us back the gear we spent for Sith Assassin? It really is unfair and unreasonable. Sith Assassin is now useless. Well, EP is now useless too. So,
well, EP, it sucks for him, but he's still useful.
So the reason they're not going to
Sith Assassin, though,
It can be useless together.
Yes. So here's the thing.
But
I'm going to tell you what's
Assassin's only usability was for her turn meter gain.
I know, but here's what CG is going to say back. Now, in my opinion, I'm just going to say what they're going to say back. You can't use it against Malik, but you can use it everywhere else. So no refund. Should they give a refund? We
have like 3 other teams now that work.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. You got a Sith Empire, Sith, or Sith. I'm sorry. Excuse me. Go ahead.
I mean, just because EP doesn't work, just because all these TM things don't work, you got to read into the abilities. All they said is bonus turn meter. That means extra turns, call-in assists, high DPS teams still work. teams with high tenacity still work. I mean, there's a dude that's winning with freaking Bastila lead, guys. Bastila lead.
So
And God mods.
Yeah, I've seen it. Mhm.
Come on, man. Look, do they have good mods? Sure, they have good mods. But again, this is like he's also fighting a 7-star double Zeta Darth Malik. Okay, so yeah, he's gonna need to get in there with some God mods to go up against somebody who's already got a 7-star Malik. Yeah, he does. But I'm saying, to a lesser extent, that works everywhere else.
yeah, I'm just saying what CG's going to say. So
Well,
if you want a refund, Google will always give you a refund. But if you're expecting CG, should they? I don't know.
I
I mean, it's a little high demand to ask for a refund for that, right? Because the character's been in the game for such a while.
right.
It's got a ship. The ship's going to be relevant at some point. And top to bottom, it's still a Sith character. Like, the Sith has some depth in the faction. Goes good under a Maul team. Goes good under an EP team. Just because it doesn't beat Malik, it's not the end of the world, right? I mean, like, they don't want somebody that's been in the game for over 2 years to beat the new shiny thing, and it shouldn't.
Well, that's true, but also there were people that they only geared Assassin specifically for the EP counter.
Oh yeah, I mean, like that, and the same goes.
There
for
was
Marauder.
a lot of people that did that.
Yeah.
Well, people did the same for Marauder, but like even like what Grande mentioned in his video that he put up this morning, like if there's a 2-tank team, it's a little more manageable because you don't have to hit Malik. If you put Malik in as the only tank with like Assassin or Marauder, you're gonna have some trouble with that team.
That's right, my apprentice. This is Apprentice approved. Oh, that's right, my apprentice. Use your aggressive feelings, boy. But it's a tough thing here. So CG wants to balance it out. I don't agree with what they did. I don't like it, but refund, hard to say. I don't know. But then again, you are the paying customer. So if you are not satisfied, you have every right to get a refund. That's my opinion. If you pay for something and you're not satisfied with the product, then you should be able to get a refund.
Yeah, I totally agree with that. Yeah, I mean, it's his money, and if you spent money on Assassin, right?
Yeah, if you spent money and you are not happy with what the product is, you have every right to get a refund. Is CG going to give you one? No. You're going to have to fight that battle yourself. I'm just telling you how it is and how they view it. I don't necessarily agree with it, but then, I'm just going with the flow at the moment. I mean, there's been so much crap come out lately that my head's spinning. But we do have an opinion about this at 3 p.m. Eastern. So, next question. Let me get to the next question. Great question. What else? 73. Leonardo. Darth Teflon question. What is a good cure team without Zalbar mission? Well, I mean, the team...
The prepared team, yeah.
Yeah, it's the prepared team. L3, Kira, Vandor with Young Han, Lando. You can throw Nest in there, too, if you want to.
That one works.
Yeah.
Nest and Young Lando's a good one. You can use an alternate that I've been using that actually does pretty well, and that's use a Django lead.
Could do
Keep
that.
Kira in there just as a secondary damage dealer, and and put Young Lando in there or Nest. That speeds up that entire team really well. There's all sorts of different combinations.
Yeah, there's different combinations you can use. So yeah, you don't necessarily have to have mission Zalbar. It's nice. I mean, it's real nice.
Another good one
even
is
do
fucking Chewie and Raidhan.
Yeah,
I love that one. People don't expect that one to kick their butt.
And if you're trying to like use it as a defensive team, like instead of Young Han, because we've had this discussion, the dice, you could put Stormtrooper Han. I mean, it'll be a taunting tank, and then Vandor will keep resin him, and they'll build turn meter on the team.
Yeah, that works.
So let's check Twitch again. Sorry, I'm trying to go back and forth here, guys. I'm one man, so bear with me. Shiken. Question: do you support allowing refunds on all characters down to minimum stars in Gear 1, Level 1 in response to refunds for Sith Assassin? I support refunds for anybody that's not satisfied with the character. Especially if you pay money for a game, potentially, you have the right to get refunds for stuff. That's just the way it is. Now, you're going to have to finagle with CG and prove it, but then you also have the route of you can go through Google. So if CG is not going to cooperate with you, you can Google. I'm always going to be an advocate for the paying customer, right? So if you are that upset and want Sith Assassin, I think you have every right to get her back to where she was, if you feel that strongly about it. Especially if you invested some money to get her up faster, and then the change happens, that you don't agree with. Yeah, I'm always an advocate of that, So I don't care how long the character's been out. When a change comes and affects it a certain way that was not affected by it previously, you have a right to get a refund. Especially if you had like Gear 7 or 8 and then you spent some crystals and got her up, But again, CG's not going to give you a refund. It's going to be a hard bargain to get CG to give you a refund on that, because the character's been out so long. It can be used in other areas. I'm just saying what their response is going to be. You have to be able to justify it.
There could be a middle ground for that. They could get away with putting in a system to where you pay, like, say, a certain amount of crystals, like, say, maybe 200 crystals, to reset a character all the way to Gear 1, Level 1. Keep the stars, you get all the gear back and the credits back for leveling it up, but you spent the crystals to
the problem is that people that are upset about a character that they feel they've been finagled or bamboozled on, or however you want to define the term, they don't want to pay anything else. Why would I want to pay crystals for a character that, like Sith Assassin? I'm just saying what their mentality. So not to pay more crystals to get a character back to level 1 to get all the resources again when I already spent crystals to get the character to a certain point. I mean, that's kind of way they're thinking about it. But
well, I mean, it would be better than having to go through support only for them to say no.
Well, all you can do is say no.
There's a 99.9% chance they will say
they're going to say no, but then the other option is to go through Google Play and just get a refund, because Google will allow you to do that. Now, you can't keep doing it. Google starts going, wait a minute. But you can. There's ways to do it. Back to YouTube, Sean Johnson. Question: is there a way to see what your GP is at the start of Grand Arena? I've tried with my opponent, and I'm trying to figure out who's going to win. I checked the GA leaderboard. It shows our current GP.
I don't think there is.
I don't think there is. I mean, if you
your current GP, like when you join, right?
Yeah. Well, when you go to the current event, does it list your GP as it is? I'll check right now.
I think you can go back in and click your own roster like you do when you're in the event rewards and you're checking your opponent's roster.
It shows my current GP. It shows my current GP. It doesn't show what it was at the start of this. So I don't know how that works. Now, I do know that some people said that one thing is you have a certain set GP for the event where your characters are locked and things of that nature. Your GP goes up, and it's affected people that tie, with the same score. It's whoever has what their current GP is at the moment. So if your GP is higher than your opponent and you tie at the moment, it seems that's how it's been playing out. I don't have 100% factual information on that. I'm just saying from what people have told me. So I've never experienced it, so I don't know. But looking at like I just did, it shows my current GP. It does not show what my GP was when I went into the event. Oh, Sheev Palpatine Nips is now following us. Oh, well, I finally made my appearance on Twitch.
We would be honored if you would join us.
All right.
I couldn't resist it.
Let's see here. I didn't hear anything. I don't know if you did anything, Grim. Listen, if you're going to soundboard stuff, we have to do it through the damn thing. You can't hear it. Tenderburst question: what are the essential Zetas for serviceable GA Territory War Grievous team? What do you think, Xylo? You've been working on this crap. What do you think?
Well, if you're gonna go, you're gonna at least have to do 2 to 3 Zetas, and in order, you're gonna go the Grievous lead, the B1 battle droid for the extra stacks, and then the B2 super battle droid, in that order. And then from that point, if you're gonna go all 6, it's Grievous, and then Droideka and Magna Guard.
All right.
But yeah, I mean, like, even you don't really need B2, but if you read the text in the Zeta with Grievous's lead Zeta, it's a lot of turn meters, so the team can be as slow as rocks. You know what I mean? Like, it doesn't matter how fast they are; it's just getting their health and offense up, really.
Yeah. Chewy question. With Treya's isolate, will EP lead still work against Revan and Malik?
Potentially.
Yeah.
It's worth a test. Yeah, it's worth a test because isolate,
it's a nasty ability,
isolate,
man.
Oh yeah, it's unique, one of a kind, and it's gonna have a big ripple effect on every new product they introduce. I mean, I think isolate has a chance because it's very debuff centric, but I mean, we'll have to test it and try it out.
Yeah. All right, Tilo Mad 92 question. Star Wars Celebration in 2020 will be in Anaheim, California this year. Will the RSG be trying to make it out there? I do not know. We're very limited on what we can do, guys. We had a lot of fun doing the run. Celebration and the run kind of coincide with one another, so it'd be really hard for us to do both. It's something we're discussing, so stay tuned. We're going to kind of figure out what we can do and what we should do, and do we continue raising money for the ACS and doing that? I had a blast at Disney World, and we know next year the park's going to be open, Galaxy's Edge, and I'm looking forward to visiting that. I mean, Celebration would be awesome, but if we can do an event, visit it, have fun, and raise money for charity, kind of where I'm leaning at. So maybe we can do something with Celebration. I don't know, but we're still on the fence. We're still talking about it. So as soon as we get word, we're going to make a decision here in the next couple weeks. We'll let you guys know what the plan is, so to give you guys a heads up on what we're planning on doing.
Sign me up for that marathon.
Yeah, we're gonna make it happen, brother. Sword of the Jedi question: how many shards of Malak were you guys able to get? I'm 15 away from 6 stars and out of tokens. I had no tokens. I have 0 tokens. So I'm waiting for this territory battle to get done. Plus, I'm trying to get Revan his 2 Gear 12 plus pieces. Guess where they go? Guild event tokens. So I'm like, God damn it. So for me to get Revan his last piece, I'm going to have to use some guild event tokens for that, which is important. You want that 6 speed on Revan. So I've got to farm this crap here, these MK6 med packs, and I've got to get a little bit more of these Tagco HoloLenses, but I'll get those from requesting, and begging from the guild. Damn it, Zyla, did you hit my request? Second again, you're not getting it back.
I always do.
I know. It's there now. Go in there and give me some of these MK10s. Damn it, I need them
right now.
Yeah, do it right now, son of a. But yeah, I've got to get Revan him to get that extra speed, so that'll push him right 300. And then I'll do some remodding. We are going to do some stuff with remodding with him and how to remod the character or mod the characters and stuff like that. So yeah. All right, let me check questions again. And Twitch, glad to have you guys all on Twitch following us, very much appreciate it. And let me just go here and look at this. No, all right, let's check one more time with YouTube. Last round of questions, last call for questions. All right, Chewy, all right, it's a good question. Where does CG go from this? The power creep is getting crazy, I agree, and it seems like CG isn't testing out tunes well enough before launch. I agree with that as well. How much higher can the tunes get? I don't know. Now, one thing that I am a little bit happy about is that we are going to get into a period of reworks and new characters like Marquise and other things that they're going to be introducing. So I think this Old Republic thing is done. Malik and Revan and everything done for a while. If you look at the road ahead, we got reworks coming for Ahsoka, General Kenobi, Anakin. I think with the launch of the Clone Wars, with the announcement at Celebration and stuff, we are getting the Battle of Geonosis, and we're going to get new characters from that. So I think that there's going to be some stuff that they said they're going to be doing a lot of reworks. So I'm happy about that. I think the power creep is going to stop for a little bit. as they rework these characters, and we didn't even know how good the reworks are going to be and how that's going to affect things. So we'll have to see how that plays out. So I think for right now we're stopped. I think CG is maybe seeing that they're going too far, too fast, and it's getting crazy. It is absolutely bonkers. And I think that if they're smart, and they're going to do reworks, get some of these characters, which we've been saying on this show for a long time. Stop with the new stuff. Go back and fix this old stuff that we don't even use anymore because it's garbage. And because the reason is because they've added so much new stuff, the old stuff has not kept up. So if you want to keep the game exciting and up to date, go back and get these characters reworked from a timeline that people love, the Clone Wars, and get it set up to where we can use these characters in a lot of different formats. You know, I'm excited for the Battle Geonosis territory battle. When I watched Celebration, Crumb and them said that it's going to be different. They're going to try different things, boss fights, things of that nature that they've not done in a territory battle before. That excites me. So if we can get away from this power creeping stuff that they've been doing for a while, let that settle. Please, God, let that settle. And then slowly introduce, they did say also they want to introduce some new teams and stuff that can not be so much rock, paper, scissors, but give you some other options for the meta. That they are aware of it, guys. They are aware of what they're doing. It's not like they have no clue what's happening. But they have a plan to where in the next couple months they want to kind of balance it out. I will wait and see what happens with that. But we'll let it play out and see what happens. But hopefully this is the end of it for a while, because we're burnt out.
I don't know about that.
I do.
I think what else is going to happen is the reworks are going to not just make the characters more relevant, but they're going to make them relevant to the game where we're at now, right? Like when you think General Kenobi, Anakin, Ahsoka, like they're going to have some very unique synergy, and it's just going to make. I've been kind of speculating that they're going to pull GK from that Revan team and make him more of the necessity as a leader. And I think that's going to have this big ripple effect and kind of add to the meta a little bit more just with those three. So, I mean, I'm excited to see what else can come around that.
Yeah, can we fix Mace?
Well,
can we get some more
the problem with most of this stuff, though, is they've already... I mean, they went, like, up a steep cliff face with the freaking power creep Jedi Knight Revan and Darth Revan and with Malak now. I mean, we went from a relatively balanced... set of characters to
the meta's been imbalanced for a while. Let's be real.
Without having them,
the meta's been imbalanced for a while. First, it was Traya dominated the meta. Then it was Jedi Knight Revan, right? And now it's Darth Revan. So they're going to have to figure that out. I mean, that's on them.
What else is a creep thing too, though? If you look back, like all those teams kind of have a way to come back and counter each other, right? I mean, Traya can beat Jedi Knight Revan. Jedi Knight Revan can beat Darth Revan. I mean, like it's just.
But they're not hard counters.
Mods.
Yeah,
I agree.
Mods are a
Totally
big deal. Yeah, that's a great point. I mean, people that say I can beat with Jedi Knight Revan, Darth Revan have God mods. And,
God mods, yeah, definitely. And
crazy
another
mods.
thing too. I think what else it has an effect on is Darth Revan and whatever you use to counter Darth Revan or mirror matches even. What it comes down to is they're dividing the efficiency points, right? Like so, say you go in and you attack a Darth Revan team, and you win the battle, but you only survive with like 2 or 3 characters, right? So that's where it comes down to banners and efficiency. So I think they're trying to implement that so there is no hard counter for him, and there's not going to be one other than mirrors for a while.
Yeah. So, last question from Leonardo Dima. I'm not going to translate your last name, and I don't want to insult you. Question: since reworks really won't make CG and EA money, will the reworks be more like the disappointing Grievous rework, which is totally unusable in Arena? I think it is going to be important. It will make them money. I mean, come on, man. CG knows what they're doing. I may disagree with what they're doing, but they damn know how to make money. The
People
reworks
invest in the characters that don't have,
right?
They don't have either.
I mean, we have these characters and just don't use them. But there's a lot of people out there that do not have these characters. You have to think that 80% of the people that play this game are nowhere near the level of what we are in this chat and stuff right now have. You say Anakin and Ahsoka, and they're like, who? I mean, it's not even on the radar. You don't know.
Yeah, some people haven't even unlocked those characters.
These things aren't
They'll
for
want
the
them.
veteran players.
No, this is more
These
to
changes are more towards the newer players in the player base.
I mean, the
You know,
reworks
that
are for
don't
us
have
as well.
access to all the stuff that we have.
They're not going to make money off us. I mean, my Anakin's damn near, he's gear 11, almost 12. You know, Ahsoka, Kenobi, they're all done. You know, Ahsoka, I mean, take her to gear 12 if I wanted to in the Flash. So
Yeah, her gear's really easy.
yeah, so the reworks is to help us with whatever they've got going on. They're not going to make any money from us per se. They're going to make money off people that with the new Geonosis territory battle, some of these characters are going to be required, and that's how they're going to make their money. Now, how good are they going to be? I don't have a freaking clue how good they're going to be and how effective they are going to be. We haven't seen their kits. We don't know what the rework's going to entail. I agree, Grievous was a dumpster fire. I don't think anybody here is going to argue with you that Grievous was just...
Well, I like the characters and I like the mechanics.
I do too.
It's not a meta
It is
team.
not a meta team. And that's the thing that, you know, the thing that EA or CG messed up on was portraying it subtly that it was. You know, when it showed that
the
video of it beating
miscommunication.
Jedi Knight Revan, everybody got excited, like, yes. And then you got in there and played with it, and you're like, no. and
then they were like, you guys don't know how to mod the characters. I'm
Oh,
like,
that
I know how
was-
to mod them better than y'all
that was
do.
the dumbest statement they've ever put out. Do not try to tell me we've done over 400 roster reviews. Don't try to tell me that I don't know how to mod a character. Nothing will piss me
You
off.
don't know how
more.
to mod a character, Angel.
Yeah, you know, yeah, good call. Yeah, I don't know this game. You're right. I just sit here all day and stare at the screen and pretend to answer questions from the community on every damn thing that's on there. But I don't have a clue how to mod the damn characters.
Oh, wait, I forgot one. You're also wrong.
I'm also wrong,
And we're cheaters.
and a cheater. Yes, I forgot all that stuff. I mean,
Hey,
Oh.
one more thing too. I mean, like, just to follow it up too. I mean, like, they did say like the first half of the year was going to be mainly reworks, but that's not to say that there's not going to be marquees around the reworks. Too.
no, there's going to
I
be some
mean, here
marquees
and there
coming in.
subtle
Yeah.
ones.
No, yeah, absolutely. You know, so expect that. Just expect.
Well, they're not going to be the marquees that we remember. You know,
Or they
No.
could follow with the chase events. Maybe they'll do the chase events for characters and ships. I mean, maybe
Sure.
this year will be just exclusively chase events to keep trying that as a marquee. Because I like the chase events. I mean, if you invest about like $3,000 in crystals, you can get the ship up to 6 stars, no problem in those couple of days. So, I mean, like, I've gotten the shuttle and the Ebon Hawk to 6 stars just from those events, and I like them. I like the idea of it and the idea of not having to spend thousands and thousands of crystals. I had to spend 3,000. I mean, it's not that bad.
No.
A couple days worth of arena payouts.
So yeah, so that's all our time we have today. In about 15 minutes or less, I'm going to go do Grand Arena. So make sure you give us a thumbs up. Stay on this channel on Twitch and YouTube. We're getting ready to do the Grand Arena. I'm getting ready to switch over. But make sure you give us a thumbs up on this video. Subscribe. Follow us on Twitch. Check out our Patreon. But on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping by. We're going to do some Grand Arena here coming up. So be ready for that. So on behalf of myself and the crew, thank you guys for stopping in. Very much appreciate you. We're going to get ready to switch over for some Grand Arena fun, and we'll see you in a few minutes. Peace.